What's up, people? Cypher here, and here is a basic guide to Ulrik, the Wolf High Priest. And he is here for you or his brothers spiritually as well as physically. This dude is a space wolf, and a crazy one at that. He's been fighting for, I think, about 1,000 years. This dude's been going on. In terms of inside the game, he's actually a brilliant character. One character that would definitely be associated to rally lead position, as well as possibly even solo positions, purely because of one specific skill that really does sort of help a lot because of what we call the meta, which is the commonly powerful setups. So let's start. First things first, we'll look at his attributes that you gain for him, which are Vanguard, attack and HP buffs. Now, they're 27% right now for mine. Obviously, they get up higher the more you max up your frags. Right now, mine's on sort of the halfway mark, I'd guess. And to be honest, that's still a nice percentage boost for your Vanguards right there. Their attack and their HP. That can make a big bit of difference right there. When you appoint him as Master Requisitor, he increases your training speed by 15%. So every now and then, if you're actually looking to try and increase your training speed, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to keep him as Master Requisitor. You might have other ones that are beneficial for different causes. Let's just say that you're about to go into training some troops. Just before you do that, ensure that Ulrik is in your Master Requisitor position in the Hero Rescue building, the outpost, and you'll find that those training troops will be finished 15% quicker, if not higher, depending on what frag level you've got Ulrik to. Let's look at his skills. His in-game skill, Slayer's Oath. Ulrik lets out a wolf howl and grants buffs to nearby allied targets, increasing their attack by 35% and defense by 26% for 10 seconds. That's a decent little skill right there. Within the game, that just means that he's helping all his brothers around him keep on the field, and giving them that extra attack boost should really do something, you know. So let's go and have a look at that and see what it looks like. Oh, Rick. Way, that was like a crazy black cloud. And now, so it's almost like a weird dark warp cloud that goes around him more than a howl. I was expecting some sort of like noise-esque effects to go around him, but it looked pretty darn black holey, didn't it? So let's get into his green skills. His green skills, first one is the best one in my opinion in terms of Ulrik's skills altogether. Whirlwind of Gore. This is amazing. Increases army accuracy while attacking by 18%, which can reduce the enemy's dodge rate. That's what people look for in terms, especially when it comes to rallies. He's brilliant in terms of rallies because it does really help. And when it comes to solos as well, you're either going to go against two defending bases types. Yeah, there are others, obviously, but let's just go for the common types, and that's two types. You're going to go for full rebound. You're going to get hit by a full rebound, which is very painful, or you're going to get hit by a dodge, which can be painful. It may not be, but it can be. There's a chance that they dodge a lot because of the structure they've made in terms of their deployment and the stacking of tiers. If you're able to then put something into your deployment that dampens their chance of dodging, there is less likely of a risk when going into that battle. Whereas rebound's a whole different matter. So Ulrik definitely is the person to put into your deployment when it comes to hitting a dodge. Even if he's not too strong, it just helps when it comes to percentage adding. Let's say your Seth is stronger than your Ulrik. Let's say you've got a Seth that actually works. Ulrik will back up Seth, even if he is a little bit less strong than the Seth that you've got. He would definitely sit there and add that percentage onto your accuracy when hitting, as well as dampening your opponent's dodge doubly up. So he's definitely not only workable on his own, but he could definitely be worked with other people and not have to be fully maxed out because of it. What else has he got in terms of skills then? He's got Indomitable Defense 3. Our army gains 20% damage reduction. That's lovely. That, as we know, goes to 31% once maxed out. And that's a static or fixed buff right there. So that will go into the preparation stage and that'll be throughout the entirety. So it's always nice to have a couple of these within your deployment to ensure that at least something in the background's happening. 9 times out of 10 you have either a reduction one or an increased damage one. It's nice to have these about the place because they do add to the overall picture. What's the last one? We know what the last one is, or I do anyway. Zealous Assault 3. I love this one. This skill is brilliant. It's on a few other characters. It's always important to have this in a deployment. These are brilliant. This and Iron Will. There's two that are kind of counterparty to each other. This is the damage gaining one. Iron Will will be the damage reduction one. When you can get this one maxed, you're gaining an extra 78% damage dealt. There's a 30% chance of landing it, but once you've landed it, you've got yourself a hefty blow right there, as well as the less likelihood of them trying to dodge your giganto sword swinging attack is in terms of Ulrik hammer swinging attack. So all three of these skills together do really work very well in several different deployments, specifically when you're going against a dodge deployment, whether that be 1 dodge or 3 dodge, doesn't matter. You're adding him into the mix, you're dampening their ability to try and dodge you, and you're increasing your accuracy to say that you are definitely going to be hitting some nice targets. As for hero combo, he has 1, and that goes with the other SpaceWolves, Njal and Ragnar. So if you put them together, you gain yourself a hero HP boost of 20%, and the Vanguards get a further HP boost of 20% on top of the HP boost that he's giving you anyway for the Vanguards. So when it comes to a deployment, I would definitely think, put a load of Vanguards in this. Back them up with the right areas. You're going to have to back them up with all deployments. You want those passive boosts coming into the deployment as well. So you're going to have to add everything in. But you're going to focus this deployment really heavily on the Vanguard. If you do that, you're definitely going to get some nice statistics out of it. So for armor parts as well, you need to remember when blessing the armor parts, he's focused towards Vanguard veteran, support, and a point. If any of your armor parts are blessed to these little types here, they'll work beautifully for Ulrik. Right, we will hit Emperor's base. It has triple dodge to it. 30 troops there, so I'm going to send just 30 troops with Ulrik. So we got 3 heroes on dodge against 1 Ulrik. Ulrik couldn't do it. Triple dodge is too much for him. He has to come in with some buddies. That did the trick. So we'll look into the report. My deployment power was just a little bit more powerful than the actual hero deployment. I'm trying to meet the hero deployment as close as I could, but I couldn't really remember what Vex was at. I didn't know whether that was 36, 46, I don't know. Either way, we got quite close. And I'm going to look at the battle report. I went specifically for a dodge deployment in hopes that none of the dodges go off. Right, so we get to the bottom and we realize that their armies pulled off 3 dodges in the entire assault. We pulled off a lot more in terms of the dodges. Now, that would show you that Ulrik definitely needs to be put into a higher standard.
For us, and the All-Father.
Right now, mine's only on gear 12, so he's not max gear. He's only frag 4, so he's not exactly max on the frags. And I've got him up to level 5 on his skills, which brings him to 18% dodge dampen, or accuracy buff. So, I'm thinking if you bring that up to maybe the 24%, if not max it, and you're probably going to find that this is going to be a very, very, very effective skill when coming against dodge deployments. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment if you'd like to. Much appreciated if you do. Bless up!